YouTube land. This is the Le Crunch by Tonal Engineering, and I've gotten this earlier, like half a year ago, and wanted to do a video about it. Plugged it in, and I didn't have any time really. I was so busy with other projects, and so I plugged it in, and it didn't really convince me at all. It didn't really sound that good, I think. I haven't spent any time with it though. I just plugged it in and I didn't like it too much, and I decided to not do that video at that point because, well, I'm not being paid by any of these companies. So these are like entirely honest, all those reviews and comparisons and shootouts, and it's not stuff that the company lends me to do these things. It's usually my own amps, my own stuff, and I just make these videos as like a comparison for myself really, and like this whole YouTube channel is like a database for my own stuff, and I just dump my stuff there, and so I'm always glad to find out that other people are enjoying it as well, that it's useful. So either way, I decided to not do it at that point, not because I didn't want to give a bad review, but just because I'm a huge fan of Tonal, and I use their products all the time. I'm using the Torpedo Live like all the time, and actually in this video as well. I'm using the Reload in all of my projects, and I'm just a big fan of the company, and so I figured I'd just give it another shot, because there must be a reason I didn't like it, because I was expecting this to sound great. So now I did have some more time, and by some more time I don't mean like a whole day. It's not that complicated. It's literally like 10 minutes or something, and plugged it in again, and I first wanted to compare it to just the 2000 series DSL Marshall. And when I started tweaking this, turns out this is so versatile that a direct comparison would only make sense for like one of the channels, or for like one certain particular sound. And so I decided to just use the Marshall's power amp section and do like a quick walkthrough with this, because it's so much tones in it and so many like options. You can use these two channels, like combine them in different ways and stuff. And that's also why maybe the first initial test wasn't that positive, because the EQ is very powerful, and by cascading those two channels you get all sorts of tones, and of course it's easy to overdo it, and that's maybe what I did back then. Actually I didn't do anything, I just switched it on, and maybe the settings were just shit. So I did another like little test. I loved it, and so I'm doing this little walkthrough of the Tonal Le Crunch right now. And it's great, in my opinion, great Marshall type tones, and from like clean to high gain, everything's in there. It's like a one-stop solution preamp really. It's not a pedal or a distortion box. I'm using this sexy Porritt Smith McCarthy. It's got Fishman Fluence KC set in there. So I'll be using the passive voice, which is like a high output passive humbucker kind of tone, and the active voice, which is very tight and, well, active sounding. It also has got like a split option for single coil sounds. Not sure I'll be using those, but we'll see. So yeah, let's see what this pedal preamp does. We've got two channels, channel A, channel B. Channel A is, let's say, plexi style, so it's mainly clean and can break up slightly if you have got high output pickups. And channel B is, well, think 2000, not 2000, JCM 800 type of tones and gain. Maybe it's a bit more gain than a JCM 800, 2203, but it's got like that, I'd say like that lineage of tone. And it's got a like regular EQ, bass, middle, treble, gain and volume, but the mids are semi-parametric, so you can sweep through the frequencies and adjust what frequency you want to attenuate or boost. Then, and that's special about this pedal, you can combine these two channels. You can either It's called Cold Fusion. Have them parallel, which is quite nice for like if you've got a high gain driven tone and then you just blend in a little bit of a cleaner sound for more punch and pick attack. Or you can have hot fusion, and then it's just those two channels cascaded. That means you've got the channel A boosting channel B, so you've essentially like a tube overdrive pedal boosting channel B. So that gets into high gain territory. So let's just, well, try them out real quick. So this would be humbucker, passive voice, middle position, channel A. If we crank the gain, we get some breakup here. I just switched the bridge position. Back off the gain again. Switch to single coil voice in the middle position. So back to humbucker bridge position, and we just move on to channel B. This is gain around noon. To show you how powerful that semi-parametric mid is, I just scoop them all the way and just sweep through the frequencies from left to right. Try to play at the same time. So obviously I wouldn't want to scoop it all the way, but it's quite versatile. So let's see how much gain this one has. So that's like a slightly souped up JCM 800 amount of gain, I'd say. That's the passive voice in the Fishman. This is active. So it's still at quite high gain, but it's quite a bit more than the stock 800 would have. Now I would just use like a tube screamer or some overdrive of some sort to get into high gain thrash metal territory. We don't have to do that here because we can just use channel A to boost it, but we do that later. What we do now is we use channel A and B in conjunction. So that's the fusion node, but it's cold fusion. So what that means is we got this channel in parallel, and this, the fusion knob, would be the amount of channel A that's been blended in with channel B. So all the way down would still be just channel B. This is the bridge humbucker still. Back to passive. So now by dialing this up, we just blend some of the clean sound back in. Let me just raise the gain first to make it a bit more obvious. So this is channel B. And now we blend channel A in. So just a little bit like that would be enough to... Or even less. middle position. Or distort channel A bit more, channel B a bit less. So that gives a nice, like, punchy attack from the more or less clean channel A, combined with the sustain of the channel B. Then what we can do, and that's what gets us into metal and high gain territory, switch to hot fusion. Now these two channels are cascaded, and so we're using channel A to boost channel B. And the fusion knob now becomes like a boost knob, amount of boost. How much do we feed into channel B? Note that I haven't changed any of the Q settings yet. This is the active voice bridge position. So these are both channels with a fairly low gain still. So let's just crank channel B to remind you what it was without the boost. This one. And now we're boosting it slightly. What? Sorry. Raising the gain on the boost on channel A. So that's high gain there, but, and what most of us use a boost for, like a tube screamer, is not only to boost the volume or the gains, mainly actually to cut the low end before the gain stages, to clean up the low end and make it less muddy and faster tracking. And since channel A has got it in the EQ as well, we can do the same thing here. We just lower the bass on the bass knob, and now we're feeding less bass into the distortion circuit of channel B, resulting in a tighter sound. So now you got tons of different options. Like this is obviously gain from the preamp, from the boost portion A all the way up, boosted all the way into B. And then you've got all the different kinds of blends. You can like lower the gain, obviously on channel A. Or keep the gain all the way up at boost leg. That gives punchier results again. Boost all the way, gain all the way, and less gain on channel B. less tight, you can always just not cut the bass or even boost it, and we can go all the way to. So like this we can achieve really doomish tones. Which aren't my cup of tea, but some people like it. Or just use it essentially like a mid boost by cutting bass and some treble and get into the tight. So yeah, that's the 2 notes look crunch, and I love it so far. And there's got more, obviously. It's like a real full preamp. So it's got MIDI, it's got a send and return. So it's got a loop, so you can put your like reverb and delay and time-based pedals in the loop. It's got a through, which is great for like even if it's just for a tuner, or if you want to feed it into the input of another amp, so get more amps or channels, or preamps for that matter. You can like add another preamp like the lead or clean or whatever. It's got MIDI out, yeah, obviously, and it also has got a DI output with a speaker simulation built in, so you can just use it to record directly. To be honest, I haven't even tried the speaker simulation yet, so I can't comment on that. Maybe I will do that at some later point, but so far I'll just be jamming some thrash metal type of tones with this awesome preamp. Take care, guys.